A newly written article by a former Trump White House advisor is claiming that there's some new intel disputing the idea that the Russian government really wanted Donald Trump to win in 2016. That's according to Jack Posobiec.
We are very excited to welcome back to One American News Fred Fleitz. He's the president of the Center for Security Policy and a former deputy assistant to President Trump. Fred, thank you so much for being on with us today.
Good to be here.
Now, you've got an incredible new piece out, an op-ed that's really an article and presenting a lot of new information, stuff that may have been around for a long time but was suppressed. Can you walk us through that?
Well, Jack, I wrote an article taking exception to a recent report by the Senate Intelligence Committee, a bipartisan report, that said that a January 2017 intelligence analysis, known as an intelligence community analysis, an ICA, that said that the Russians meddled in the election to help Trump win was a good analysis and followed all analytic rules and protocols. Well, Jack, that isn't true. I've studied that analysis, and as a CIA analyst for 19 years, there were some pretty gross violations in the way it was drafted. But more importantly, the House Intelligence Committee did its own assessment and found very clear, not just violations of the way that this report was written, this intelligence report, but that crucial information was deliberately excluded and covered up by former CIA Director John Brennan.
And that crucial information that was covered up by John Brennan, can you please walk us through that?
This is crucial, and I regret that the Senate Intelligence Committee did not write about this, but we can get into why that was later. The House Intelligence Committee staff told me this. They were told that there was compelling intelligence that Putin wanted Hillary Clinton to win the election and wanted Donald Trump to lose. And the reason for that is because Clinton was a known element. They had worked with her. Trump was an unknown element, and they were worried that Mr. Trump would bring anti-Russia hawks into the government.
The fact that that information was suppressed, how do you think that would have changed the overall assessment had it been included?
Would have been a game changer. It would have validated everything that President Trump and his supporters have been saying, that intelligence had been weaponized before and after the election to destroy his presidency.
Do you think that there's a possibility that this White House could declassify any of these reports or any of this intelligence that would back up that earlier assessment that actually Putin wasn't supporting Donald Trump, that they were hoping and maybe expecting that Hillary Clinton would win?
That's a great question. I might add that the acting DNI, Richard Grenell, has already asked for that intelligence. And I wonder if that's what he's up to. And also John Durham, the Attorney General who's doing the investigation of government misconduct before and after the election, I understand he's looking into this too.
Now, that being said, obviously these assessments are based in many cases on a lot of educated guesswork. I'm a former analyst. You're a former analyst. We know that we can't see into the minds of our opponents in many of these cases. That being said, though, is it rare to see an assessment come out like this that was so forthright as the ICA, where they specifically said they knew what Putin wanted?
The ICA was a very strange assessment. First of all, it was limited to not just 3 out of the 17 intel agencies, but a handpicked group of analysts wrote it. That's extraordinary. These are supposed to be intelligence community products. You let all experts weigh in, and you include dissenting points of view. It's impossible, in my opinion, that an assessment like this could be written with such very clear anti-Trump judgments with no dissents.
Fred, where can people go to read your article and find more information?
You can find it on the Center for Security Policy website, securefreedom.org.
Securefreedom.org. Fred Fleitz, thank you so much for being on with us, and thank you so much for your service in this time.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.